Hey, it's Linnell, your favorite budget full-time living on cruise ship cruiser. And today I thought I'd do a quick video. I've updated my luggage, and so I thought I'd do a quick video to let you see what I've changed to. I used to, let me adjust the camera a little bit. I used to cruise with check bag. When I first started living full-time on cruise ships, July 2024, I started with a check bag, a carry-on, and a backpack. And I heard that people live full-time on cruise ships with just carry-on luggage. And I got tired of, especially since everything I own is on the ship with me, except for had a few things in some bins. So everything with me is important to me, so I didn't want things to get lost. Plus, I'm a budget cruiser, so I didn't want to spend a lot of money on checking bags all the time. And so I heard a lot of different people were switching over to just carry-on only, carry-on in a backpack. So eventually I switched over, and I've been living probably 9 months living full-time on cruise ships with just a carry-on and a backpack. Then I went over to Europe, and my luggage system had to change because of what was allowed and not allowed as far as sizes and weights and things like that. And then I took a break from full-time cruising once that first year was up, and I went back to Georgia for 1 month, did all of my annual checkups, went to the dentist, went to get my annual physical, get some other things done, finished up doing my taxes, all that good stuff. And now I'm back in my second year of living full-time on cruise ships. When I went back, I decided, because I had already switched over to the checked luggage, and there were some things that living just with just the backpack and the carry-on bag were fine. But now that I've been doing YouTube for longer, there were some things that I needed to add to bring with me for filming and things like that, now that I'm trying to get better quality, better videos and things like that. So since I was going to switch over to adding more luggage, I said, let me just go back to my old style. So I went back and I went through everything that was in my bins in my daughter's garage, which I thought was just a couple. It turned out it was like 7 or 8. I went through all of that stuff, and pretty much either it went to trash, it went to giveaway pile, or it's here with me. And there were a few things, like, for instance, I had like at least 3, maybe 4 bins that had pictures in them. So I went through, took pictures of the pictures, and added them all to, you'll see I have a digital photo frame now. So I was able to get rid of those things and just get rid of the hard copies. And some of the hard copies some family wanted, so those went over with them. But the rest of them, I got rid of them. And now I do have one thing left in my daughter's garage, but it's only one. So I minimized all of that stuff down from 7 or 8 bins, however many it was, down to just one suitcase. While I was on the road, I did a video about using level 8 luggage. I did love that luggage. I do still have that suitcase. However, the handle just wasn't right for me. So I decided that with what's left in my daughter's garage, I packed everything into that one suitcase. So now, whenever I go back to see her, if I need something out of that stuff, I can just call her up or just have her send me that suitcase. So that's the only thing that I own that's not on this ship. So today I'm going to go over everything that's in my luggage. So you can see, I've kind of already showed in the last few videos that I did what I bring, what I need as a full-time cruiser living full-time on cruise ships. So if you want just that kind of content, I'll leave a link in the video description. But if you are planning to live full-time on cruise ships and you're going to be a YouTuber, or you're going to be doing some kind of remote work or things like that, I'm going to show you my new setup and everything that I brought with me. So let's get started. First of all, I'm back to, if I didn't say this already, before that, I am here on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas. I'm on this ship for 3 sailings. It is August 1st. This is the first day of my second year of full-time cruising. I have a whole new itinerary of ships. All the ships that I'm going to be on this year, the next 12 months, I believe all of them are new except for maybe 2 or 3. But I've already booked 40 different sailings, some with Royal, some with Carnival. So you'll get to see those. So if you are interested in that kind of content and you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And by the way, while we're at it, let's just get it out of the way. Click that like button so YouTube will know to send this video over to other people. So now that you know where I'm at, back to what my luggage is. I'm back to my check bag, my carry-on, and my backpack. And I'm going to show you what's in them. Normally, I wear my jeans. I wear my heaviest clothes during travel. I didn't fly today though. I came over early, 4 days before this sailing. I flew over to Miami, so I'm not wearing my usual heaviest attire. But normally the heaviest attire would go in the suitcase because I think I'm at 45-ish, 46-ish pounds, and it needs to stay under 50 for the domestic flights that I take, which my flights are normally on either points, or I find some really good deals on American, Delta, or Spirit Airlines. So all of them for check bags, the max is 50 pounds. So let me show you what's in my check bag. Again, normally I wear my my heaviest clothes, including my sneakers. And let's go ahead and show you what is in this bag. I am back to using my Samsung. I always get Samsung and Samsonite mixed up. Why? I don't know why. I'm back to using my Samsonite luggage. If you don't already use luggage tags, you should probably invest in these if you're going to be on cruises. And I do have a couple of them, but even though I only really need one. This is everything that is in this bag, but both my luggage, I do love this, that they have locks on them. So I feel a little bit secure once I'm getting off of a flight. And my luggage, if my luggage makes it down there before I do, say I gotta run to the restroom or something else happens, then yeah, I don't worry about my bag getting run off. I mean, somebody's gonna steal it, they're gonna steal it, but more than likely they're probably not gonna bother a bag that has a lock on it. So that's why I have this. Plus also sometimes when I am out of the cabin, I usually do it with my little one though, but if I'm out of the cabin and I don't need like my passport and stuff with me, just as an extra precaution. I don't think the cabin stewardess would do anything with it, but I keep my important papers, my passport, if I have some extra cash on me for emergency and stuff like that, I put all of that in the suitcase and I lock it up. So I don't typically, I shouldn't say typically, I don't use the safe that's in the cabin. Matter of fact, does this have? Yeah, this cabin has a safe. It's in the closet. All right, so this is what it looks like. Normally my tablet is with me because I'm looking at Netflix movies on the plane, but I threw it in here because I left the hotel. So I just threw it in there because I know I wasn't going to be watching Netflix. The clothes, I'm not going to go through all the clothes, but I did switch out some of my clothes that I had in the other videos to just some other clothes that I had in the bins. And some of my clothes, I like them, but I don't want to wear them out. So they're over in my daughter's garage in that, what is it called? In that level 8 luggage. But yeah, I pretty much have 7 outfits. I have a dress. I have a couple other shirts, like I'm a Saints fan. Sorry, I was born in New Orleans, so I have to be a Saints fan. And I have a pajamas and a nightgown. Then this bag here just has all of my undies and socks. I guess socks are considered undies. And then this bag here, I have 2 bathing suits. I was traveling with just one, but now since I had some extra room, I have 2 now. My hat that I got from Colombia, and then this bag here just has all of my swimming gear. Some of this I was not able to bring with me before because of the minimalist that I was doing, but these things that I added back, I either added them along the way, or when I was sailing before and I had tight space, I really wanted to have these things, but I knew they weren't necessities, they were just wants. So I'll show you. These are my water shoes. I don't know why this is in here, but my fan. Sometimes when I go on excursions, I take this with me, but I picked up a couple more fans in Vietnam, which I'll show you. Actually, they're in here. This is a portable AC, actually. It works as a fan too. Has 2 settings, a fan and an AC. But yeah, so I can use this. I don't typically get hot in the cabin, but old lady problems, sometimes I do. And of course, if I'm on excursions or something like that, I will use this. And I do have another fan because, I don't know, I think I overdid it, but I got them. So this was the fan I first bought over in Vietnam, but it's a neck fan. And it wasn't really as quality as I wanted it to be, and it was only like $2. So then I added this along the way, and this was just something that I picked up All right, let's be honest. I got this to do boots on the ground. So that's why this fan is here. But yes, I can also use it as a, ooh, it feels good too. All right, this I had already had. This is my waterproof pouch. If you are cruising, you have to have one of these. I like that this one has a clear area that you can still take pictures, which I like to take pictures. And then there's another pouch in here for my ID, my CPass card, and a little cash if I want to bring it. So that's my waterproof cell phone holder. This is because sometimes I'm forgetful. I will walk in the ocean and I need to have this on my glasses. Or even in the pool, have this on my glasses just in case I forget, and then they fall off, they will float. I've never, since I bought it, I never had that issue. When I didn't, before I bought it, I used to have the issue. Not all the time, but sometimes. I have this float that I ended up buying in Cabo San Lucas. It doesn't take up any room, but it's really fun for me to lounge on when I'm in the pool. And there's been a few times when I've been swimming and I wanted to have some goggles. I've only used these one time so far when I was over in Vietnam, but I may use them again. So I decided to just keep them. And these, you know, what do you call them? Use them up and then buy some more. So just sunscreen, one for my face, one for my arms, and one, and back and stuff like that. One lotion and one spray. And then this is because it's hard for me to reach my back. This here, and this is also. This also doubles as a applicator. So if I'm in the shower, or if I need there's a back scratcher here. If I need to scratch my back, that's here. And I believe that is everything in this bag. Yeah. So when I'm ready to go to the pool or the beach or an excursion or whatever, I can just grab this bag. And of course, this bag here doubles. It's not just a beach bag. I can use it when I'm over on land if I want to get groceries and throw stuff in here. Different things like that. If I want to, I don't know, if I'm taking an excursion and I want to throw a whole bunch of other stuff in there that's not beach stuff, say I'm not going to the beach, but I have that as well. All right, so that is that side. And this side here, let's see what's in here. Just an empty laundry bag. Occasionally I do laundry over in the hotel, so I just grabbed a few of these. I had these already in the other bag back at home, so just extra laundry sheets. And then this is my pop-up hamper, which I should go ahead and open this up now and set this up. But yeah, I think I got this for like $6-7 over at Walmart. Before I started my full-time living on cruise ships. And what else do I have here? I don't need this laundry detergent because I'm going to get my laundry done on the ship. These are batteries, and I'll show you what those are for. I need to leave one of them out. Should I leave two? No, just one. Alright, so what else is on this side? These are the things where, oh, I also have in here a tracker. So if for some reason my luggage was to get misplaced or they put it on the wrong flight or something like that, I'll be able to track it to see where in the world it is. All right, this is something new that I added. My dentist, I had a good appointment. I have no cavities. However, she did recommend that I get a water flosser. So that is another reason why I had to, that's one of my excuses for changing my luggage setup and adding all this stuff. So I need to put this in the bathroom. This, I had just a couple, I had this before, but then I sent it back with my other stuff when I minimalized, is that the right word? And I just kept a couple forks, spoons, and knives, but I kept forgetting the forks, and a couple times, was it a couple times? Yeah, because I ended up with no forks. I ended up leaving it on the plate that I was eating in the cabin or in the hotel or whatever, and it ended up getting thrown away. But there's been plenty of times, especially not so much on cruise ships, but especially in hotels when I'm traveling, I'll go and get something and I need to, say I get something in the microwave, or I'll get something, I have food left over and I want to stick it in the fridge, but I got no plate. So this actually comes with 2 plates, 2 of everything, 2 plates, 2 little cup bowl things. I only have 1 of each with me and the rest is in the suitcase back home. But I did bring extra forks, and I just have 2 knives and 2 spoons because I don't tend to forget those for whatever reason. But that's what this is, my little camping dishes. I have a couple of wigs in here, so if there's a time when I am not able to get my hair redone, I'll be able to just throw those on and be good. My hair bonnet, let's leave this out. This is, I already had before, I had a bag with my liquids in it. That bag is in here. So all of my liquids are still in here, and a few things like nail clippers and things like that. I kept this because when I'm in hotels, this is very helpful. So this was, I had this from probably 10 years ago. But I said, let me throw this back in because I can just put that in there. But now I can carry a little bit extra stuff. There was a few times where I needed some crazy glue. Yeah, I could have just bought crazy glue, but I live full time on cruise ship. So either it's going to be at an inconvenient time where they ain't selling it, or they're going to charge me an arm and a leg. So I just threw in some glue that I had, extra tweezers. My toothbrush and bar of soap can fit in here. And then just some extra things. Flosser, what else? Extra, this is just some tie that I ended up getting at a hotel when before I bought the other one. And I always, not always, probably at least once a quarter I have to sew something up. So I always keep needle and thread with me. So this I can put in here and hang up in the bathroom. Alrighty. Moving right along. So where I did have 2 pairs of shoes before, my tennis shoes and my waterproof sandals, I still have my tennis shoes and I still have my waterproof sandals. And I like these in case, I don't really dress up for anything, but if there is an event, like a few times go out to dinner with friends or whatever, or when I went with my aunt, we went to a few places, and then I went to church over in New Orleans. So these are pretty comfortable, and they're not dressy, but they don't say, hey, I'm a cruise bum. So, and they are waterproof, so I can't use them in the water. But I wore them out last time. I wore them out quicker than what I think I should have. So I'm glad I was able to add my water shoes back in. And also, I just decided to throw in a pair of flip-flops. If you've seen these before, don't judge me. They were in the men's section in Walmart. I didn't like the ones that were in the women's section. But quite a few times, I didn't feel like strapping on my sandals just to go up to the Lido deck, grab me some breakfast, and come back to the room. Now I can just throw on some flip-flops. Also, if I'm just going to the hot tub or pool, or just upstairs to the fitness center just to take a shower and come back down, I don't have to strap those on. Lots of reasons to add these to my luggage. What's in here? These are, I already had these. These are my razors, girl stuff, right? And I only had one before, and now I added back a second one. Most of the hotels I stay in only have one door, and almost all the cruise cabins that I stay in only have one door. But sometimes I do end up getting those connecting rooms. Not that I've ever had to worry about anything, and I have not, and I've never had an incident. But just peace of mind, now I have 2, which is what the 2 batteries are for. So I don't think you can use them on those sliding glass doors, which, again, I'm not worried. This is I kind of call it my kitchen sink. This is kitchen drawer, not kitchen sink. I had this before in my luggage. I think it's pretty much the same. I think I took some stuff out. I actually took some things out of here because it was so heavy, and gave quite a few of the magnets away to my granddaughter, stuff like that. My daughter says she'll hold them for me, so if I ever settle down somewhere, they're just on loan. But this right here has helped me many times. This is just a kitchen sink flapper, and sometimes in cruises, well, I don't use tubs in the cruise, but sometimes in a hotel with a cruise, if I want to take a bubble bath, not cruise, in the hotel, if I want to take a bubble bath in the tub, and they don't give me a stopper, I'll use this. I use this in Barcelona too. And sometimes if I do have to wash something really quick and they don't have a stopper in the sink, then I'll be able to use this, and I have used it a few times. It's rubber bands for different uses, some extra batteries for like my razors and stuff like that. My magnets for the places that I love the most that I have held on to. Another little sewing kit here with different colored threads, some scotch tape for different things, and of course magnets. And that is that bag. Alrighty, next. I have a lot of stuff in this suitcase. So again, if you're planning to live full-time on cruise ships, these are some of the things you have to consider bringing with you. This, of course, I can replace these as they empty out, but my full size of body lotion, And I used to just keep them small, and I don't really use mouthwash that much. But I got a large one because now I'm using this for my water flosser. So I pour a little bit of this, probably about a teaspoon of this in the water flosser with some lukewarm water to be able to floss. So I need that now, which takes up a lot of room and a lot of weight. Alright, so what's in here? This is miscellaneous stuff. Oh, I added this in. I want the smaller one, but they didn't have it. It's light anyway. It doesn't take up a lot of room. But quite a few times I do get lint on my clothes, and it was so annoying. I'm like, I wish I had a lint roller. I wish I had a lint roller. So I just threw one in. It don't take up too much space or too much weight. Some extra Q-tips, deodorants, Mr. Johnson. Quite a few times, not on ships, but in hotels. Sometimes in ships too. I think only maybe once or twice on ships, but in the hotels, they, for whatever reason, they don't understand the concept of a washcloth. So this I've had for years. Ooh, probably since 2010. I think my first husband bought me this. So yeah, I have an extra washcloth. And then just as backup, I should have this over with the swimming stuff. But these are some, I don't know what they call, magic towels. So just back up in case, I don't know. I mean, I could always wash that one, but I figured it didn't take up any room. But these are magic towels where I'll probably put it in I am going to put it in that bag. Sometimes when I'm on excursions or whatever and I need to just cool off, so wet a towel and throw it over my face, or they don't have toilet tissue. I know the men don't have that problem, but women, we need it for every time we go. So that's kind of a backup thing. So yeah, that's what's in this. And these little blue things here are, what are these things called? Packing cubes. I'm on a raw ship, but these were from Carnival. This is hair stuff. So just for when I like wash my hair, I have a microfiber towel. I have just miscellaneous hair stuff. Everybody's gonna be different with their hair stuff. I have a do-rag, some extra conditioner and gel for when I wear my natural hair, some extra hair braiding stuff when I go to a braider and they don't have everything needed, a few scrunchies, things like that. Here's a missing scrunchie. So that's what this packing cube is. And then last in this suitcase is this makeup bag, which I'm not really a makeup person, but I do occasionally will throw on some makeup depending on what type of video that I'm making. And also, I don't have my nails done. I haven't done my nails probably in about 2 months. I'm just self-manicuring, and because getting the gel all the time, it kind of wears down on the nail bed. And so I just wanted to grow my nail beds, even though I keep my nails short, I keep them clipped, I manicure myself. But I since I'm not going to get my nails done, I do keep these in case I do feel like I don't want to go to the salon, but I want to look a little fancy for something. I don't know what I'll be fancy for, but these are for fingers and toes, and it's just gel stickers. And then these are polish remover pads. This is another piece to the back scratcher thingy. I have a smaller mirror, but I like this one because it has the 3 times on one side and the regular on the other side. And then again, I just have some makeup for when I do want to throw on some makeup to do a video or just feel girly. Sometimes I just get in those moods. Over here, what's in here? I think it's just some more makeup. Oh, just makeup sponges in here. Makeup sponges and some powder. So that is that. Alright, so that's the big suitcase. Let's move over to the other bags. The carry-on and the backpack. On to the next bag, the carry-on. This is not a part of the carry-on, but it pretty much goes with the carry-on, and this is my medicine bag. I showed this in the previous videos, but it's just all my prescriptions, and I got a refill, so now I got way too much stuff in here. But in the next 90 days, that'll get smaller, and I'm sure, I hope not, but I'll probably have a cold or something and end up getting rid of half of the hauls. These 2 straps here is how when I walk through the airport, I strap this small bag onto the bigger bag, and I just pull the big bag, and so these kind of just, this suitcase here just kind of gets dragged with it. And it's only for a short time, right? Because I'm just going to drag it from the car to drop the checked luggage off. And then after I pick up the checked luggage, take that to wherever I'm going to, which is probably either an Uber, some kind of hotel shuttle, or whatever the case may be, a train, etc. So this is already out because I was using it to download some stuff. But one thing that I had in my other bag that I didn't need was a tablet. That tablet actually, it it gave up the ghost. So that tablet, I don't have that anymore. So now I got a new tablet. Just I'm only gonna use it for Netflix unless I use it for something else. But that's really the only reason I have it. And I learned this trick from Emma Cruises, watching one of her videos. This I don't know if this is how she does it, but I looked it up and this was the best way I could find it. There are magnetic covers. I couldn't find a magnetic cover for this one. Some of them tablets, I couldn't believe how much those things were. When I was trying to replace it, them things were like $600-700. I'm like, whoa. But I found this one on Amazon for like $150, and I didn't want one of the refurbished ones either. But anyway, they also have these magnets. I don't know if this how it's supposed to be. Well, this ain't how it's supposed to be. This part actually is supposed to be screwed into the wall, but I rigged it up. And basically, I would do it on this wall because I'm in the bed. But this is a magnet, so when it's on the wall, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. All right, I'm actually have to go turn the camera around a little bit. So let's see. Hopefully this works the way I imagined it working, but it's supposed to. This is magnetized, and if I put it on the wall, it'll stay up. And it's up there pretty strong too, so it's not gonna just fall off. Yeah, it's up there really strong. But yeah, so that's my tablet. That's how I'm gonna be watching Netflix. It has a magnet attached to the back. And I also have some, I'm planning to, I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I have some videos by Jillian from The Biggest Loser. So my son is doing some of her workout videos, and I said share them with me. I'm planning to do them. We're gonna see if I actually do them or not. All right, so what's in this bag? This is things that must stay with me at all times, and the things in the backpack are things that must stay with me at all times. I don't want to risk these getting lost because either they're expensive or I will cry even if I was to get insurance to pay for them. All right, so alrighty. Actually, it's a little bit jumbled up in here. This I probably wouldn't normally have in here. I would have it folded all the way up. But this is a backpack that I got from Miss Monica, one of my friends in my retirement jumpstart travel group. I always say it wrong. Retirement travel jumpstart group. And it folds up into basically this small right here. But yeah, a few times where I needed a backpack, but my backpack was not kind of appropriate, like walking around the theme park, carrying stuff. So this would have been better than carrying my other bag that I showed you, or that backpack. So this backpack is really good. I've also used that for when I go to Walmart, get groceries. It's easy for me to carry them on my back. This is not usually in the suitcase. This is, of course, usually on the top or around my neck when I'm on the plane. This is not going to be in here for long. This is some leftover receipts that I need to scan into QuickBooks for early 2025. And also, since this is a Royal Caribbean video, I'll show you. These are what they look like. I don't need them because I also get the offers in the mail. I also get the offers in my email, but when they come in the mail, this is what they look like if you are doing casino offers with Royal Caribbean. So on the video, I'll see if I can zoom in on these. But yeah, these are what the offers look like, and I gotta be careful because my address is on those. But yeah, it gives you the code and tells you all the different cruises that you can choose from for these free offers. But that's what this is. I'm going to, like I said, take some time, go through that, and eventually those will be trash. I still have some notes from learning YouTube and other things. When I book my cruises and stuff, I make notes. Once I'm done with those, I just pull the sheets out and throw them away. But that's what those notebooks are for. What is this? This is just some miscellaneous stuff that I need to go through. Nuts, for snacks, and just some other miscellaneous receipts and deodorant. This is something that I don't need, but I want. So I said, hey, I got room. Let's add it back in. And this is my beach towel. Ta-da! It explains itself. This is my, I wanted to bring the box to it, but it wasn't enough room. This is my, the cord is somewhere. This is my Aura digital photo frame. So now I can keep pictures and memories of the grandkids with me, and that is the cabin storage. Alrighty. Now this I don't need, but I said, hey, I got room. Let's see if it'll fit in there. This is a sweater I've had probably for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. And my jacket that I have, it says, it's Carnival Cruises. So if I go to a show here on Royal Caribbean ships, then I'll be able to wear my sweater instead of my jacket. And don't get thrown overboard. That is everything that is on that side. The other thing that goes over on that side, because there is some more room, is my sling, which I've shown this in my last video too. This is a slash proof, so it has the mesh, so if someone was to come and slash and try to slash and grab and run with it, it wouldn't, the metal would still be intact, even though this material would get slashed still. And it also has RFID protection for credit cards and stuff like that. But this is kind of my purse, right? So and I showed everything that's in here in that other video, but so this would not normally be here, and this would be folded down on this side. Over here just would be my sweater, the picture frame, that towel, and this would go here because on the flights I can have one personal bag, which is my backpack, not this, and then one carry-on. So this is a part of the carry-on. Alrighty. And this I just added yesterday. I bought this from Walmart. So this is now my camera gear stuff over here, YouTube stuff. So if you don't watch YouTube, you might want to fast forward to my backpack. Well, this isn't YouTube, but this is my HDMI cord. I had this in here before. I left it at home, and now that I've went back and got a whole bunch of other stuff, I'm going to just leave it out because I might watch something. I'm probably going to watch something. So now I have the option. I can watch something on Netflix on my tablet, or I can watch something on my laptop and put it on the big TV, depending on what it is and how, you know, how big I want it to be. Or say I'm working on a laptop and I want to use a mouse, but I want to sit here on the sofa and do it, and I can have this screen here as my laptop screen and just set the laptop on the desk. So yeah, fancy. But I can only do that on Royal Caribbean ships. I cannot use this cord on Carnival ships. I have not tried it on other, like I've only been on Holland American Princess. I haven't used it on those. So what else did I add? This I did not add. This was already in here. This was my electronics bag, and this is my universal adapter and some other stuff that I already talked about in my other video. But I added a second one because my friend Monica, who gave me this bag here, well, I kind of bought it from her, so she didn't really give it to me. She had an issue with her adapter, and that made me wonder, oh, if I have an issue with my adapter, yeah, I could just go buy one. But then I got to find a way to get there and blah, 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 blah. And they're so small, and what if I don't find the one that I want, blah, blah, blah. So I have an extra one now. So now I have two. So I guess that's partly why I wasn't too sad about my adapter, my extension cord being taken from Royal Caribbean. I mentioned that in another video. Royal Caribbean does not allow multi-outlets anymore. Extension cords that has multi-outlets. You can only have, I don't know what the rule is, but they took mine, so I'm sad about it. This, I learned this from Grounded Life, from my training, my YouTube After 40. Robin Alley uses this, but it is a light, so if I am in the cabin and trying to make a video for you, but it is, I'm in an interior cabin, or I'm in a balcony, but it's, you know, darker or darkish outside. This is a, I don't know what it's called other than to say it's a light. It puts light on my face and it makes it look like I'm recording from daytime. So this stick here that I just added is and it always gives me trouble. It's still new, but it does stretch. It's a selfie stick. So I set this on it in order to get the light at the right height. And this did not come with a tripod. I used the tripod from, this is something new that I've added to help me with better quality pictures and vlogging, which is a DJI, so it comes with a tripod. So I can screw this tripod onto here also. But this is actually for the DJI. This is for vlogging, so when I walk, I don't look like I have Parkinson's disease. So I don't look like I have Parkinson's. So this is my vlogging camera, and so I've added this to my gear, and I got this in Vietnam, and I don't remember how it goes in there. I'm probably doing it wrong. Oh, don't mess it up. All right, I'll put that away later. It has to go in the case a certain way, so if you're thinking about getting one of those. But yeah, all of the little attachments come with it here. The other thing that I have changed is I was using GoPro to film the videos. Now I switched over to all DJI products. So what I'm filming this on is a DJI Action 5 camera. It's square just like the GoPro was, but it's better quality. So hopefully you who have been here from the beginning, you see a difference in the quality of the videos. This is another DJI product. This is called the DJI Mobile. So if I'm vlogging on my phone, then I'll use, I didn't do the right thing. Gotta do that. So if I'm vlogging on my phone and I'm going live, then this will help where, again, I'm not shaking and you don't just see a whole bunch of blurs. So that's what this is for. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of new equipment and trying to invest in the business, right? So that's what this is. Along with this, and I'll be honest, I don't know how to use these yet. I've been really busy when I was in Georgia, so I never got a chance to play with it. But along with this is the DJI mini mics. So right now I'm using the mic that comes with the Pocket 3 DJI, which is this mic here. And this is a really good mic, so I probably don't even need these. But for videos that I plan to make in the future, this is a little miniature microphones. And they're super small. You can, in case someone is out there and they're getting ready to think about buying these, this is the difference in the sizes. So not too much different, but almost half. So I guess depends on who you are and what you're trying to do. But I did learn a trick. All right, guys, turn your head on this. For women, someone told me, just attach it here. Look, no one knows that you even have it. And you can still hear me fine, right? I think we shall see when we edit this video, but it still sounds exactly the same. So I'm like, why do everybody always have those their microphones out where, you know, the blue light and it kind of looks weird or whatever? And you can just have it under your shirt. Well, women can, unless I guess if a man has a t-shirt on, he could do it too. But yeah, so, and that is what this is. I still need to work on learning how to use this, so I'll be honest, I don't know how to use it yet. I've had it for 2 months and I just haven't had a chance to watch a class on how to use it, but this is going to help me get better. What else do I have? A friend of mine, I can't think of his name right now. I'm sorry. Is nothing on him, but I'm just having a brain fart. But one of my travel friends in Vietnam, he had an extra laptop camera, so I can use this if I decide to. Probably what I use that for is when I'm in my training and we do, it's kind of like Zoom calls or whatever. But sometimes I do record from my laptop, so if I decide to do that. But I have a few different things I'm going to use this laptop camera for, but that's what this is. And again, this is all stuff that I don't want to get lost. This is the backup to my data from last year. I'm learning that there are some smaller ones now, which I think it's in my backpack. So the one for this year, I have a smaller one, but this has half of the footage. And I'm also gonna work on, probably this cruise, work on sending this to a cloud storage, because I was in the class we were taught that you should have 2 backups. So if you're doing YouTube, in case something happens to this, you want to have a backup in the cloud. In case something happens with the cloud, you can have it on this. But while this one is probably, I forget how much it was, I bought this last year, probably $200 or $300. The small ones are like, the small ones, so I use, this is 5 TB, the other one that I have for earlier this year was 5 TB, but I have a total of 8 point something terabytes. So for me to put everything on one, I would need one that has at least 8 terabytes on it. The ones that are 8 terabytes, that are the small ones, are like $700. I ain't ready to invest in that. Not yet. I may, but not yet. So right now, it's still bulky, and I have another one that's bulky over in the other backpack. But I keep both of these on me at all times. That's something I don't want to put in the big suitcase because I don't want it to get, I don't even want to risk that getting lost. What else is in here? So this is just all of the attachments to, well, there's 2 bags of just attachments to those different things. So this goes to the Aura picture frame, and then you can see it's a whole bunch of wires and stuff in here, including the wire to my watch, which I have no idea where my watch is. And then this is just some more attachments and stuff for cameras. And this is oh, here's my watch. Boom, bam, baby. And this does not need to be in this bag, but it fits, so I put it. But this is just a whole bunch of wipes, which I use these all the time for my glasses and for the camera. So I said, hey, I got room, just throw it in here. I probably should just get a small little reusable rag, but I had these from when I got my glasses, so I said, let me just bring them. And that is it for this little bag. And I also have a tracker in here because sometimes, even though I plan to keep all of this with me at all times, sometimes you get on the plane and it's a smaller plane and they say, hey, anybody who has a larger carry-on bag, we're going to red tag it and put it down at the bottom of the plane, and then usually you pick it up as soon as you get off of the plane. I have had on American Airlines, and it pissed me off, but what can you do? Grin and bear it. Nobody died. They ended up sending it down with the regular luggage instead of me picking it up. And so I was sitting there all that time waiting for it, and it didn't happen the way she said. The lady who was in Houston was saying what was going to happen in LA, and LA was like, nah, we ain't about that life right there. So anyway, yeah, I still have a tracker in that one just in case I need to track where that suitcase is. All right, so last but not least, the backpack. All right, and last but not least, everything in here stays with me. These are my vitals. Besides my medicine, never want to let this out of my sight. I did forget this. It was in my, what is that thing called? Slash. Yeah, so I got this, and my sisters have matching ones. We got these for when we cruised together on Carnival Vista. But yeah, they have our names on it, and just a little wristlet. Keep a phone and card in and whatever we want to keep in it. Right now I just keep my miscellaneous credit cards that credit cards, and like my dentist card and just miscellaneous stuff, a card with my doctor's info on it, health insurance, all that kind of stuff. And I keep it in when I'm not walking about, but like just when I'm traveling, I keep it in my Sling. Of course, if I'm, on an excursion or something, it'll be locked up in my luggage. Not something I would keep on me. All right, so backpack. This is usually when I'm traveling. This is usually around my head or on my ears. And I'm usually listening to something on either some kind of gospel music or YouTube or whatever the case may be. On the outside, where is my water bottle? Oh, it's over there. If you are a long-time viewer, you will remember this water bottle. I used to have this, and then I got rid of it because I needed to drink bottled water or some kind of filtered water. And yeah, so I switched this out. Now I'm going back to it because that filter thing didn't work. And I mentioned this in the live, but I switched to, I love this right here. It keeps everything super cold. This is kind of wet because I did use it earlier today when I first got on the ship and I went to lunch. But this is a Life straw, and I just saw it when I was shopping around Walmart, and get a closer look at it. Yeah, so I just opened this up. I want to open it now because I drank and it has a little bit of water still in it. But open this up, stick it in my cup, and then just drink the straw, and it filters everything. So hopefully this will be easier for me for the time that I do drink water on the cruise ships. And I don't need it on Royal Caribbean, so I'm going to let it dry out. now. Except maybe the first day when I'm on a new ship. Because I was just looking at my perks for Diamond Plus, which this is the first cruise that I've been on since I switched. Last cruise I was on, I was Diamond. So now I'm Diamond Plus. Diamond Plus, you get 4 free drinks. Nope, I was getting 4 before. You get 5 free drinks per cruise. Plus, you automatically get 3 bottles of water. I don't really drink nothing else. Plus, I can get free drinks in the casino whenever I want. So basically, on Royal Caribbean, I don't have to pay for any kind of drinks. I've already gone. They're over there now. I've already gone. After dinner, I went up to the Windjammer and asked for 5 bottles of water. So right now, I have 8 bottles of water, and this is a 3-day cruise. I probably only need maybe 2 more if I drink that much. I don't drink as much water as I should. But yeah, I'm covered for water. Of course, other people, look at me like I'm crazy. Are you wasting your 5 free drinks on a bottle of water? Yes, I am wasting my drinks. But yeah, I don't need to buy a bottle of water, so I don't need to use a straw. But anyway, let me shut up and get to this because this video is going to be already too long and I'm going to have to figure out how to edit it. But what else do I keep here? So I keep this water bottle here. I keep my little mini umbrella here handy. I have my rain jacket, which also can keep me warm if I'm super cold, but I have my sweater, I have my carnival jacket, so those are there. In this pocket here is just my laptop and the cord to the laptop, and then I have a few other things that I've kind of moved around. I mentioned that I have another storage for my footage from 2020, beginning of 2025, and now I switched for the starting this month, August, to this little miniature one. It's a Samsung miniature storage, and it's probably a quarter of the size of the other two, because not only is it shorter and less wide, but it's also less thick. So yeah, it's about the size of a credit card, but a little bit thicker. Anyway, I put a link in the Amazon store if you're interested in getting some kind of storage like that. What else is on here on the side with the cords is, I need to go through these. These are some old ship cards that I found. I'm going to separate and put Royal Caribbean on one and Carnival on another because they're getting too thick. Those are my shot glass refrigerator magnets, my souvenirs. This, I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. It's just in here because they're too uncomfortable for me to wear. But if you are a Carnival sailor, then you've probably seen people walking around with their pens on. These pens be sticking me, and you can see 3 of them are here because they keep falling off. I don't know. It's a nice thing to have, but it's kind of annoying also. Do I really care about showing off my pens? Not really. I know they want you to show them off, but yeah. That's all that's in that pocket. In this pocket here, of course, my handy dandy step stool, collapsible chair thingy that I don't live without. I use it all the time. I used it today when I was walking from the, the trolley, because it doesn't come to Terminal A. It drops you off at Terminal E, I think, E or D. So I had to walk quite a ways, but there was a person over at the MSC, a couple people over at the MSC terminal, and they were selling some ice cones. So I grabbed me an ice cone, because I was about halfway, and what is it called? Snow cone, not ice cone, snow cone. And sat in the shade and ate my snow cone and cooled off. This is my important papers and pictures from of my kids and grandkids. A couple more notebooks that I do my actual planning in. And I have my cable cord here. This is my laptop cord, so if I do want to work outside of the room in my laptop, I just use this to lock my laptop down if I need to run to the restroom or go grab something to eat or whatever. I've moved my extra medicine. It has a week's worth of my prescriptions in here, plus some other miscellaneous medicines, a mouse, extra batteries for the mouse, and whatever this thing is called when I transfer the data from the Action 5 to my laptop. And that's pretty much it. Everything else I already went over in the other videos, just miscellaneous stuff, my cleaner for my water bottle, what is this, Luggage scale headphones, because sometimes I need headphones instead of earbuds for my laptop. This is just a converter so I can vlog with my phone. A couple of masks, an eye mask and a face mask, and then some miscellaneous stuff in here. The most probably important thing that's in here is my little word search book that helps me with my memory. It didn't help that time, did it? It didn't help that time. And then I just have some miscellaneous stuff. What is this called? Some floss picks and tissue. And that is it. That is everything that I own, that I have with me on this ship, outside of that one level 8 luggage suitcase that I have over in my daughter's garage. And yeah, that's it. So if you have any comments or questions, leave them below. I don't think I'll be adding anything else for a while. I think this covers it. I do feel like I have way too much stuff. Some of this stuff I know I don't need it. It was just a want, and I said I had room, so let's bring it. I'm probably going to regret some of it, but I do go back to Georgia in September, so I have a whole month to decide if I want to keep all this, or nah, you need to, some of this stuff just put it back in the added, well, the suitcase is already full. So if I say, yeah, I really want this stuff, but I don't really need it right now, then I will have to maybe get another small bin or container to put whatever I decide not to keep with me. But we'll see in these next 30 days or so, because yeah, I think my last cruise, this is August 1st. I think my last cruise before I go back to Georgia is August 30th. Yeah, so I got 30 days to figure it out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope to see you on the next cruise.